Picking up on a collective that is feeling a lot of oneness with the universe, a lot of unconditional love from the universe, from spirit. It's this energy of feeling things coming into alignment, seeing how things are kind of clicking into place is what's coming through with all these lines and all of these candles here being like lined up. And I'm also noticing that it's like a mirror. Some of the, like, this is a mirror of those candles. So seeing how you are a mirror for your reality, and your reality is a mirror for you. And you're kind of seeing like the beauty in that, and you're also, yeah, I'm just seeing like a web, like a spider's web, and you're kind of starting to weave together different areas of your life that are coming into physical form, that are manifesting for you. There's also two songs that came through when I sat with this energy, which was Lithonia by Childish Gambino. He's been on my mind lately because I've been watching Atlanta. But that song and the lyrics, love is for fools because nobody gives a fuck. I feel liberated, over medicated. That's the lyric that was stuck in my head. And it's really like, I feel like you're kind of floating in space right now. Like I feel like not my shirt being fucking space. Yeah, you're like really living in your upper chakras right now. You feel almost more connected spiritually than you do with physical things. And so it's kind of like, it's almost this like, I'm seeing like a bird's eye view that you have over the physical right now. And so that's kind of how you can see this alignment coming together. Yeah. And then we had the mountain and the kiss came out, which I think is really interesting because, again, this perspective that I was talking about, you're really like zoomed out. You're kind of able to see this perspective that I'm talking about from a distance. You have a vantage point is what I'm hearing, and spirit is almost like gifting you this because you're kind of in a place where you're more focused on spiritual things right now, or like your purpose, than you are like love, because it's so interesting. The song literally says love is for fools because no one gives a fuck. Like you don't give any fucks anymore, okay? You're kind of over it at the moment. It's not your focus. It's not like you're like pushing it away, but it's just not your focus. Then the song Stars by Nina Simone came through, which that's a very, very deep, visceral experience of a song. I would highly recommend going and listen to that, the live version specifically, if you haven't heard it. Stars, they come and go, they come fast, they come slow. They go like the last light of the sun, all in a blaze. But when it gets lonely there, when there's no one there to share, you can shake it away. Yeah, it's just a very deep song. But I saw a lot of stars, and that's kind of what made that song come through. Stars and red balloons are significant. But yeah, this vantage point, again, stars, galaxy, you're in space, like being on this mountain, like you have this vantage point that is allowing you to see beyond being able to see what's actually important right now is how I'll put it. Oh, spirit. Yeah, I feel like you kind of have this almost like spiritual escapism where you're like wanting to escape into spiritual realms and just like be done with human things for a while. This is like a coping mechanism for you, which with balance, it's, spiritual resources are very helpful. The healer. Yeah, there's this huge emphasis on like, you're just really, really focused on your purpose right now, and this is coming out to confirm that you're a healer. I'm feeling some people are a little newer to discovering this, and so this might be a confirmation for some of you. You keep going into this spiritual retreat because of this discovery of being a healer and stepping into that more. And there's things that you had to realize about this on your own, and that's why you have this tendency to spiritually retreat, because Spirit's like, we gotta quiet down the noise around you so that you can actually hear yourself, and actually be able to burp confirmation, actually be able to like focus on this. Ooh, I think you might be an energetic healer, doing energy work, or you're going to do that if you aren't yet, because the burp and the yawn, energetic release. You might be healing a lot on yourself right now. Candle work is coming up, divination through candles, using fire to heal. But this switch up of your mindset, of moving from focusing on things in the 3D so much, like, you know, physical stuff in your reality, love, you know, relationships, whatever, having this perspective shift to being on a mountain and viewing and like the stars and all of that, like coming into this unconditional loving space that this agape card really calls on. You're seeing what is aligning. You're seeing what actually is in store for you, what's actually important. And being a healer is one of them. But there's this major release right now going on. The Mother. Oh, interesting. We have the Mother, the Bridge, the Seed, the Father, the Shadow. I'll show you. Mother, Bridge, Seed. Father, Shadow. I'm really hearing like healing parent wounds. For some of you, this might be mother wounds first. That kind of is a bridge for you into kind of understanding deeper wounds, like father wounds. Could be the other way around. But there's a lot of shadows coming to the surface. In terms of these wounds, and you're almost like, yeah, a lot about being a bridge for other people, being a mirror for other people. You doing this work is helping people around you do this work. 636 might be significant. Your story is significant. And also just thinking about mother and then bridge and then father, it's like this healthy connection and easy access to both the masculine and feminine energies, going back and forth in between and planting seeds where you feel called to spend time and allow things to grow as you're releasing these wounds and doing this healing work. This might even be resonating in terms of healing happening with your parents, with your caregiving figures growing up. And you might be, as you're healing, you might be helping your mom and dad, actually, or whatever your parental or guardian situation looks like, helping them heal as you're doing this. But it's almost like too, like you're understanding deeper what it means to be in this mother archetype for yourself, and the father archetype, the masculine energy, and it being very protective in this father way, like that is more new. It's like you diving deeper into your own mother archetype and coming into that energy for yourself, it's helping you connect with, or it will help you connect with the father archetype eventually. Ooh, getting heartache here. Eggs and seeds might be significant, fertility, but this heartache, when I talked about the mother, is interesting. I think that's like, I'm seeing like a domino effect. Interesting. This is not where I thought the reading was gonna go. I also think this is about like your spirit team, like being surrounded by masculine and feminine energies right now that are mothering and fathering you spiritually. And that's where this agape, like unconditional love, is coming through. Getting these different perspectives as you shift. Your archetype as the healer is growing and evolving to a point where you, like, that's that motherly energy. Mother energy is very healing. 1111. Yeah, I'm also really picking up on like Hecate vibes. It's making me think about Into Hecate's Cave. It's a book, or Entering Hecate's Cave. And there's so much language in there about being like a bridge between the material and physical world, and like the upper and lower levels of like spiritual realms, and like the Akashic records. I really just, and also like being a bridge, you being a bridge between the physical world and the underworld. Persephone and Hades is coming up as well, with the mother and father archetype, with the shadow and the underworld coming up. That might be something to look into if you're not familiar. But yeah, I think you help people heal by planting little tiny seeds, you know, in their brain, in their energy field, of examples of yourself, but also like one little observation you might make for somebody might actually be really big, and you don't notice that it has that much of an effect. But this is really beautiful. I don't know if I've ever had the mother and the father come out at the same time. I'm also, you might be a mother or father yourself. This might be, I feel like there's something really potent and significant about, you might be having children, you know, like at some point. And if it's not in your near future, at some point, then it's going to be extremely healing for you, but also your lineage. And it's like really, really important. It's like a very healing child, like a very special child that has a bigger purpose than you could ever imagine. And this happens through your own healing to be able to create a child to that degree. Wow. Wow. Cool. All right, this is a longer reading, so I'm gonna end it here, but peace and love to you all.